What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis starting off the week very good. We're going to talk about a team that everybody that knows about the game of basketball, understands the game about basketball, and have respect for this team, the Houston Rockets. You definitely got to give this team credit when it's due, just because they continue to go out there and be fearless. They still have the same type of style. They still get up a lot of threes. They still relying on Westbrook, which was good to make that trade to allow him to be the best version of himself. Harden seeming like he's figuring it back out after struggling a little bit in the regular season. It seems like he's back healthy. He's ready to go, and he feeling himself like he usually does, as he is one of the most highest confident players in the league, alongside Westbrook, who is highly confident in his game and his ability to score on basically anybody. But like I said, the thing that was always interesting about the Rockets this entire season, nobody looked at the Rockets as title contenders. They said this team is great. They're pretty good. And even when I listen to other people and even when I talk to other people, they have a lot of respect from the Rockets, saying stuff like nobody wants to see the Rockets. Nobody wants to play the Rockets unless it's the Clippers, because a lot of people feel like the Clippers are the better team and they match up well against the Rockets. But even the Lakers, people saying, I would love to see that series just because I think the Rockets can get them a run for their money. And the thing that made the Rockets so tough is just because they can get hot. We remember the Golden State Warriors. You'll be beating the Warriors. You'll be up. And once they threes start flying, once their confidence is flying and the ball start moving, they become one of the most dangerous teams to go against, because they get so hot that they have no conscience, and then they're pulling from 30. They pulling with hands in their face. And next thing you know, you had a 10-point lead and now you're down by 15 or 20, or you was up by 5 and now you're down by 7, just because they get up and down the court. They're fearless when it comes to scoring and letting that thing fly from the 3-point line, but they also have a little bit of the ability to drive. If you take away their threes, they have confidence to get to the basket and knock down a floater or a pull up or get to the free throw line, or even just get to the basket and finish, even if it's an and one. Make that ability to mix it up puts a lot of pressure on the defense to pick when to switch, when to allow them to shoot a three, when to contest, and when to take them off a lane. I think that's one thing that makes the Rockets so tough, is you know that they're going to score the basketball. That's why I thought the Rockets was going to be great all year. That's why I thought the Rockets in these seeding games was going to move up, just because you can't guard Westbrook one-on-one and you can't guard James Harden one-on-one. But the biggest problem is, if you do, they're going to hit you for 30 plus. And if you don't, they're going to find ways to still hit you for 30, but their teammates are going to get so many easy looks, whether it's a lob, whether it's a pass to get a dump off, or whether it's just kicking out to players to get a three-point shot. They just put you in so many bad positions. They just put you in so many awkward positions that you have to figure out what you're going to give up and what you're going to allow them to do, just because they're just that unstoppable offensively, especially when they're hitting their threes and James Harden and Westbrook is on top of their game. They're going to put a lot of pressure on the defense, making them pick these decisions, which is ultimately their demise either way it go. So the best thing to do against the Rockets is try to kill them on the boards and get offensive rebounds, or even just beat them by going to the paint. But like people have been saying, if they still hot, threes are worth more than twos. So you might kill them on the inside with easy baskets, but if you can't guard them on the other side, you're in a situation where you're going to lose regardless. And in my personal opinion, that's what makes it tough going against a team like the Rockets, is just because once they got Westbrook, a guy that can get to the basket at will, a guy that's always in attack mode, but also a great passer and a high IQ player from time to time in this type of, team and lineup, he becomes just too powerful, just because he can always get to the basket and he can always find a shooter or dump off. And it makes James Harden tough to guard too, just because he has the ability to knock down that step back And if he's hitting that, you're in for a long night because you're just gonna have to give up him going to the basket. But Harden has been a great finisher, and he has a nice touch for the floater, and he's also not scared to find open teammates if he don't like the shot that you're giving him, or he's patient enough to find the right move or the right pass to punish you for regardless of what you choose to do by him reading and reacting to the defense. So to me, I'm loving what the Rockets are doing. They're getting in the passing lanes. They're getting steals, which makes up some rebounds. Because if you get some steals, that makes up for you giving up possessions with offensive rebounds because you're taking possessions from them. Because once you steal the ball, it's your ball now, and they didn't get a chance to score, which kind of balance it out, especially when you're shooting a lot of threes at the same time. So I thought Mike D'Antoni did an exceptional job this year as a coach. He had to reinvent himself when they had Kellen Capella traded. He had to figure out how they was going to play, figure out how they was going to try to defend, and figure out along the journey what they can do to stay one of the best teams in the league after making such a controversial and dramatic change. It seems like it was for the better just because Covington and guys like Harden and Westbrook are also great rebounders for their positions, and they're guys that are very mobile and can really put a lot of pressure defensively by covering a lot of space and playing in those passing lanes, making it tough to consistently score against them without giving up something or giving up something in transition, which they also are very scary in, general. So to me, the Rockets have been as advertised. They've been showing that they can basically compete with any team out there when it comes to being one of the best teams. Their only deficiency is they are very, very small. They can get killed on the boards, and sometimes they can be a little lackadaisical and a little, you know, nonchalant with the ball, doing careless turnovers, not really paying attention, and sometimes throwing the ball away by rushing or trying to make a play by forcing it. And those things can hurt you against better teams as they can punish you for not valuing each and every possession, especially because it is teams in the league that actually has more talent than a team than the Rockets, which is scary, to see the Rockets as good as they are and the potential for them to move up from the sixth seed all the way up to the fourth, possibly. It's just reality right now because if they continue to play the way they've been playing and they continue to knock down shots, even though they had multiple chances that they could have lost, they stayed with it. They stayed playing their game, and it allowed them to prosper by staying true to who they are and what they're about. Has continually allowed them to steal and win games by continuing to put a lot of pressure on the defense to pick their poison. So they're one of the toughest teams to defend. They're one of the most respected teams in the NBA. People don't look at them as a team that's better than the Bucks, better than the Lakers, or even better than the Clippers, but they do look at them as a team that can beat those guys any given game, and also is not that far from them talent wise. But the biggest thing about the Rockets is can they beat them consistently? Just because you have to beat a team 4 games, can they have enough to beat a Laker or a Clipper or a Bucks with teams that are good to great defensively, has guys that are just as good or if not better than Russell Westbrook and Harden, and can actually defend them pretty well one on one. It makes it ugly for the Rockets to be able to beat them 4 games out of 7. And that's why a lot of people pick those teams over teams like the Rockets. And those teams can go big, those teams can go small, those teams can put out multiple guys that can defend multiple positions. And they got teams that got a lot of wings that they can put multiple wings out there to guard guys like Eric Gordon, James Harden, and Russell, and they also got enough firepower to score with them. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to see the Rockets figure out to make up that gap and make up that deficiency of if you can put perimeter players out there, we can too. So what are you going to do when we can switch and guard everything you guys do? Can y'all still score, or will y'all, fumble, or will y'all will witter? So to me, I want to see what the Rockets going to do against a team like the Clippers and the Lakers if they want to win a title. those are the teams they're gonna have to go against. So we're gonna see what they do um, in the next couple games when the playoffs really start, because they already are locked to make the playoffs. It's just about where they're going to be playing and who they're going to be playing against is all we're waiting for. So let me know what you guys think about the Rockets. Are they a championship contender? Are people sleeping on them? Are they overrated? Are they winning by luck? Or is their strategy good enough to win the title? Or is it just a gimmick and it only works against certain teams in certain games? Or is the Rockets as real as we think they are, being a legitimate team that's probably the fourth or fifth best team in the NBA, or are they a little lower? Whatever you feel about the Rockets, let me know that in the comment section below, as I do read every comment. But other than that, check out my website at analysisplayground.com, link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com, link in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Like this video and share it. It helps the channel grow. That's a small little thing that I ask you guys to do to continue to support the channel. Is if you enjoy the video, like it and share it so I can reach more people so the channel continue to grow. And other than that, if you're new to the channel, I make videos just like this each and every day, but I also do make breakdowns of players, legends, and also rookies and summer league analysis. I also cover the NBA, summer league, trade deadline, free agency, top 20 lists, top 10 lists, also discussions just like this video is right now. And I also do playoff predictions. So if you love basketball and you can't get enough of it, you need that daily fix each and every day when it comes to basketball. This is the channel for you, as I also do videos each and every day. Not only that, I have over 1,000 videos for you guys to check out. So if you are interested in seeing what I bring to the table and seeing the diverse and variety of type of videos that I do, I have a plethora of videos that you guys can check out and watch. And if you like those videos, why not like, comment, and subscribe and be part of the family? Other than that, hope you guys enjoy your Monday. I'll be coming to you a new video Tuesday. Queen Way Basketball Analysis. I'm done.